Right guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and we're here with another live stream. Today I'm here on Twitch, on YouTube as well as Mixer. And yes, hello there Dragonhearth, we've started but only just. Hello there Linus. What else we got? Agnot. Oh, some of these names I can't say, I apologise. Tis. Hey Alden, nice to see you here again. Hello Trey. Right, so hoping that you can hear me all right here. Hopefully the volume's all good. That's just a minute or two late because I had to mess around with my bindings again. I lost all the bindings from my HOTUS. Game sounded a little bit loud, so I'm going to turn that down. Hopefully that's a bit better. So I've had to rely on my Xbox control pad here now instead of the Warthog because I lost all my bindings a moment before I started the stream. So rather than keep everyone waiting a bunch. Hello Trey, the music is Joanne's Bornloff. Let me see if I can get his name for you. There we go. Here's a go. Does the music now? Let me know if the music's too loud because I can turn it down a bit if necessary. I think we're all good, aren't we, here? I don't know if anyone's joined us over on Twitch yet. We look good on every end here. I think, anyway. Okay, so where am I? Well, I'm out here in Barnard's Loop. That's the Witchhead Nebula we can see just over there. And there's a galactic core. It looks a little bit of a red tint to it. And that's due to the fact I think we're in Barnard's Loop here. Please make a detailed tutorial on using the FSS. Well, we can see about that, can't we? It's not... Well, I don't know. The scanner itself isn't too bad, but I've seen a lot of people having trouble with the with getting the key bindings working correctly and all the correct controllers. It's not that intuitive, to be perfectly honest. So cheese and biscuits, I've got literally just set up the default context controllers. So I've got the classic context controller for the Xbox pad that I'm using. I normally play on HOTUS, like I say. And where are we? Full spectrum system scanner. They're just regular keybinds, the ones that the game automatically gives for you. I haven't reconfigured it yet. So yeah, far from intuitive when it comes to the keys. I think the scanner itself is not too bad though. And I think the big hurdle is people knowing what to press and when to press it. Right. Okay, so you might be able to keep hear the dog barking in the background. It's Halloween, so we've got trick-or-treaters keep coming and going. And wife's answering the door to them, and the kids are answering the door to them, giving them their treats. Yeah, Trey, the gamepad is definitely a lot more intuitive. Hello there, Strawberry. Strawberry. How you doing? Okay, I hope. Trick them off. No, they're alright. I don't mind some trick-or-treaters. I've just got a quick message I need to deal with here. Won't be 2 seconds. One moment. Right, sorry about that. A bit of a quiet moment there. Just something come up on Discord. Some of you may have noticed I just sent out a little here notification. Turns out that the Rockfish are also streaming today. Rockfish Games are, of course, the guys behind Everspace. Bit unfortunate that we're streaming at exactly the same time. I'd normally reschedule for someone like that, perhaps, or any other streamer, but this is, after all, Chapter 4, so quite a big deal. Hello there, Zerda. Zerda8. How are you doing? Well, thank you, Max Power. Right, let's get moving, eh? We've sat here long enough. Now, I did want to have a look at this ring system, to have a look at the new lighting effects, but we're so far away from a local star that we haven't actually got any... I don't want the landing gear down. That we haven't actually got any lights to have a look at. So, Zaxush, my opinion on Chapter 4 so far is that it's a really good update. One of the really big hurdles, and I think Frontier messed up a little bit here, was sorting out the key bindings and letting people know what to expect when it comes to the new Discovery scanner. It hasn't really helped a lot for them. But once you get through that, I think everything else is pretty good. I haven't actually tried the FSS in VR yet, Derek Sphere, but apparently it does work pretty well. Hey there, Daniel Vala. Sorry if I'm missing your name. Sanak. Extra72, nice to see you all. There's the guys over on Twitch. You should be able to see it on screen, the chat, I think. I've put the joint chat up there for everyone to see. I'm not sure, Mark. I don't really think exploration update is complicated or fussy at all. But that's part of what this live stream's about. We're going to have a look at that right today. So we've got a few planets here that aren't actually discovered, I don't think. Right, so let's see if the key bindings are all good. So the first thing you want to look at when you're using this, and I don't know how many of you... The volume may be a bit low, Strawberry. What bit's particularly low? My mic? I can turn the mic up a bit. Or is the game volume a bit low? Music volume a bit low? Zaxush. Okay, thanks for telling me how to pronounce it there. I'm terrible when it comes to pronouncing names. I'm going to turn the game volume up a little bit as well then. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm going to do a Discovery Blast in a minute, so... Celeric. My only problem with the scans is that when it tells you a planet has biological or geological features, there's no way to tell what it is without visiting it. Or at least it would be not... Yeah. Yeah, you don't get exact details without going up close. I can understand that. Oh, I see, Mark Simpson. That's a bit of a shame, I guess. It'd be nice if the beta was on consoles. It's unfortunate, but that is one of the reasons I do make the videos here. So anyway, we jump straight in here. Let's do well, before I do the scan, you can see like the wave dropping down like rain coming down from the top of the screen, descending downwards, and as those little orbs hit heat areas, hotspots, they show up like a little heat map or temporary hotspots, and each one of those hotspots will be a planet, or potentially if you're within the bubble it would be a signal source, so you know roughly where you got to go to find things. And we're just going to do a quick honk here. Hey there, Skogrim. Gameplay. The planet surface rework I don't think is happening in Chapter 4. It's been delayed and it's coming out in a future update, I guess. Hey there, Daisy Star. Right, so we got a bunch of things to look at here. We got the little spectral analysis at the bottom, which we can just go to the left and right. And if you check down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, let me just check that you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Right at the bottom it says signal analysis, unidentified signal source, and that's on the low end. They're the weak signals. Yeah, I agree, Daisy Star. I think they've done an exceptional job here. Oh no, Daniel says that. Doing good, Lucas. So as we move up to the right here, we can see scenarios. And then we can see asteroid clusters, metal-rich bodies. I think you can see the name changing there. High metal content bodies, rocky bodies, ice worlds, rocky ice worlds. Earth-likes fit in there. Ammonia worlds fit in there. So it looks like we've got an ammonia world here. That there is an ammonia world. And we've got water worlds. And then all of these up here will be gas giants of various configurations. That's probably a gas giant on its own. That would be a gas giant with moons. And that is probably a gas giant with rings, I'd imagine. Yep, Mark, that's a problem, I guess. You've got no indication at all of what's going on in the world around you when you're using this map. There might be other players sitting right next to you about to blow you up and you won't have a clue. Yeah, that's my dog, Alan, at the back there. I'll keep him in the cargo hold because all she does is keep barking. Now, what's going on is it's been Halloween. It's all the trick-or-treaters coming. So let's see if we can find this. And they are getting answered. My wife's giving them treats down there. Right, so we're going to see if we can find this. There it is. There's the ammonia world, I think. Let's zoom in there. Have we got multiple ammonia worlds here? No, just multiple signals near there. Probably moons or something orbiting the ammonia world. And there we go. New stellar bodies entering the codex. Ammonia world standard. Yes, Elric, we'll have a look at those rumours in a bit and we'll see if we can find anything out around this way. Oh, that's fair enough. Gameplay, you can ignore the trick-or-treaters if you want. But we got kids here, so we like to get involved. Oasis, I can only talk about the stuff on from my visit that Frontier have actually revealed that we've seen so far. I can't talk about anything else. Gedu Boo, I didn't configure the buttons. I just used the default buttons here. I switched over to the default context controller. I'm using the control pad because I messed up my bindings just before the start of the stream. Actually, what did I see there? Didn't that say something discovered by? No, first discovered by March Topcat. So if we want, we could select that and head straight over there. Let's have a look what the other orbs are around here. So I don't think they're going to be gas giants. Unless they are. Yeah, there's a gas giant there. Somewhere. Okay. I've seen the Crate Phantom NPC ship in the game, Daisy, yes. Hello there, Bonsai Panda. Great to see you back again. Oh, Selrak, most of the neighbours are quite happy. They don't mind. Right, let's back out of this. So I've actually really been enjoying the Discovery Scanner here because there's a whole load of things that you can actually find very easily. What's this one then? It's a ice body probably. Landable. So we're going to go over to that, see if it's got some features on it, some surface features. As you see at the top, it's just scanning them. Locations, it says scanning. We'll see how many are going to be there. I'm going to select the planet already, and we're going to head on over that way. So it's volcanism is water geysers. So we'll likely see a number of geological water geysers over there. Yeah, 48 in fact. That's a heck of a lot of surface features. So we're going to head on over to that and see what we can find. Yep, Shallow Kai, the signal analysis at the bottom tells you exactly what it is, and also the little pattern indicator there gives you an indication as to whether it's just a planet on its own or whether it's a planet with moons and so on and so forth. Hello there, Commander Blasted. Your Elite Dangerous Motion Simulator, cool. If you like exploration, Stiggy, I'd definitely say Horizons would be worth it for exploration. It's actually on offer at the moment. I think it's relatively cheap on Steam. Yep, Timothy, I'll definitely make a tutorial on using the scanner. Yep, Savage Stalker, this is the scanner that's going to replace... Oh, I'm going to do... fly over here. This is the scanner that's replacing the old Discovery scanner. So the honking days are indeed over. Although you can just honk and jump still. You don't have to use the scanner if all you want to do is just use a honk and go. So one thing I was showing off in a video early on, I don't know if you guys actually saw it, was the new lighting changes here. And one thing you'll notice right now I can show you is if you look at the nebula outside the window here. Oh, it doesn't apply here, probably because we're far enough away from the local star. When you're close to stars, the light actually looks different depending on whether you're in the external camera or inside your ship. It may actually look a little bit darker there, isn't it? Yes, it is. And you can see this. Look at you can see the little moon in front of me, just above my ship. There's a darker patch of red there. Look here, it's actually almost black when you're inside the ship. That's because the canopy filters the light and makes it look a little bit darker. So light from within your ship actually looks darker than when you're outside your ship. Just something I noticed. Yeah, it's nice to have some brighter backdrops, I think. Discoveries are going to be shared, as Starship Enterprise points out, that's right. Mark, I'm not sure. Can you explain perhaps what you don't like about them? Look at the colours of this ice world here. So we will have some surface features down here, some fumaroles and perhaps some geysers. I've got a little bit too close. I'm going to try and zip away a little bit. I have done a video on the Codex Hermione. I released that yesterday, but I'm going to do... Okay, thanks Bonsai Panda. I'll check on that a bit later on then. As for guesses on the new ships, well, who knows? There's some new NPC ships in the game, so maybe that's a bit of an indication of what's to come, eh? Where's the... There we go, there's a surface scanner. Right, let's fire out a few probes here. Nearly there. Hope we're going to do it. We did it with 3 probes. I didn't need to fire the 4th one there. No, Eldon. I think tomorrow's stream from Frontier is mining. Ships go next week or the week after.
Orbital flight engaged.
Mark, I don't know so much. I think the initial honk as before was just a placeholder mechanic. It didn't have any gameplay. It was just a scan and look what was there and move on. And now we've got gameplay. I, for one, am all for this change. I think it's a very, very positive change for the game. It's not just about exploration. It helps us find signal sources, scenarios, and all sorts of other things. The money, do I find it faster? It depends. Depends what you mean. Do I find it faster for what? For populating the system map, it's not faster, not by any means. But for getting detailed surface scans of planets, it is hundreds of times faster, because you can just jump into and we'll prove it in a minute. You can just jump into a system and do a detailed surface scan of every single planet without even moving away from the local star. So I've mapped planets that are 500,000 light seconds away just by sitting at the star, and I can get a detailed surface scan of every single planet in that star system within minutes. So in that respect, it's vastly quicker, way quicker than the previous version of the game. The initial honk, Mark, was not a mapping honk, that was a discovery honk, hence it being called a discovery scanner, and you still needed to fly over to the planets to get the map. You no longer have to fly over to the planets to get the map. You can do that with the new discovery scanner. I haven't tried min tuning or anything like that yet, JSB. So as you can see, we've found some surface features here very quickly. No more flying over the surface of the planet to try and eyeball them and try and find these sort of locations. We can simply use a probe scanner and get straight here, which I think is really neat. I used to have immense difficulty finding these. It took so much time, I actually didn't bother looking for these. So let's see, it looks like we've got little fumaroles here maybe. Yeah, but then we go, some geezers over there as well, giving off some noxious gas. Unpleasant, eh? Oh, let's have a land. We'll get out and have a look at these, shall we? You haven't found any crash ships or anything like that, Daniel? I think Frontier might be keeping all of the other things we can discover out of the game for now. Maybe they're waiting to go onto the live servers so people on beta don't find these things out beforehand. Oh, cool, Alden. I had a feeling it was the following week. Yeah, the colours do seem a bit odd thread in some places. So we got all these little geezers and fumaroles and other things around here. There's also the night view mode, or night vision mode, which isn't going to be a lot of use around here because we're already in the light. But one advantage it does have is that the night vision outlines things. So if you're actually searching for something and you don't know where it is, you can see everything off in the distance there. Actually makes finding things much easier. I have tried nav beacons. Yep, sure, Daisy. We'll include bindings in the tutorial. So not perhaps the most visually appealing planet here. There's some absolutely truly awful colours here. Unfortunately, this is a nice world. It's one of the worlds that were initially going to be updated for Chapter 4, but now no longer are, and I was kind of looking forward to that, like many people. Hello there, Richard. Barney, I do believe we've seen some clips of lightning storms. They're not in the beta, as far as I can tell. But they should be coming at some point. Yep, you can turn night vision on and off, Alan Redmond. I didn't know we could change the lighting from the Cobra Engine config files. Bonsai, that's handy to know. I don't know, Starship, whether the tourism beacons are voice acted or not. The codex does have them as a listing, so maybe. I don't think there's any out this way, unfortunately, so I can't tell. No idea why the voice in Obsidian Orbital is so quiet. I haven't actually listened to it for a little while. Right, let's get back up in space again. Hello there, Infinite Death. Thank you very much for that. I have seen the secrets in the hidden beta files. And for anyone who doesn't know, there's some video clips there, but, well, perhaps we shouldn't talk about it. It's a big spoiler. Orko, planets can't receive light from multiple stars, unfortunately. No, okay, Mark. Fine. I guess it doesn't work that way anymore, is the bottom line. I know there's a few people not too pleased about that, but I think overall it's for the best of the game, the way it is now. Much, much better. Yeah, Trey, I have a feeling that's one of the reasons they may have kept it back for now. Right. So let's jump to another system around here. Oh, there's loads of systems around here, isn't there? Where should we go? Should we go one? Should we go one where it's a bit oh, can we get up here? This is a really interesting nebula, this one. Let's see how close we can get to it. I want to see it from a good angle is all. Oh, that's below it, isn't it? Are we below it? Yeah, we're below it. We want to get above it if we can. Not too far though. Doesn't seem to be anything above it, does there? Here we go. That's a good view of that nebula. We go right there. So a couple of jumps and we'll be on our way. No, Alpha, you haven't missed too much yet. Right, so I'm going to jump into one of these other systems. I just want to have a look at that other nebula over there. I haven't been out this way for a couple of years, and this nebula is quite stunning from, if you get to see it from the right angle. And then we'll have a look at the new Discovery scanner and see just how quick it is to map a single system. And that will include detailed planetary surfaces. Hello, Soundo. Great to see you here. And Justin, do I know if it will be able to filter community discovered systems on the galaxy map? I don't know, but I think I just jumped right through a star there, didn't I?
Warning. Temperature critical.
Let's have a look. I did jump through a star. I love binary star systems, especially when the stars are orbiting that closely. Oh no, it's a trinary star system by the looks of it. We've got a third star over there in the distance. We could get some nice footage there. Yeah, Thread. Excuse me. I kind of feel the same. I'd much prefer to play on here. On the beta server. At 2.2, I have a feeling that it was never meant to drop us a distance in binary systems. It come on at once for a while and it kind of stayed there, but I don't think... Yes, Trey, you've noticed the same thing as 2.2. They did have a thing where when you jumped into a binary star system, you jumped in at a fair distance from those binary or trinary stars, but it no longer seems to do that. So obviously it wasn't intended. A bit unfortunate because I kind of liked it the way it was. Now, one thing you may have noticed here with the new colour updates, with the new lighting updates, is that even when you're right near a star, you can still see the backdrop. Now, if you check this on the live servers, if you're near a central star, you won't be able to see the backdrop of space. Everything here would be completely black. You won't be able to see the other stars, the nebula, or anything else. So this is very much a big change in terms of lighting for the game. Yeah, the colours out here are absolutely wonderful. I think it's worth putting the effort in, Soundo, to get used to the new exploration and the new discovery scanners. I don't think there'd be any going back. I mean, look at it this way. If we had a system like this from day one, this sort of discovery mechanics, and one day Frontier just removed all of that and just said, you know what, tell you what, we're going to remove all that exploration mechanics and we're just going to put in a single blast. You're about to jump into the system, do one discovery scan, just press one button and everything will be revealed to you. How would people feel about that if it was round the other way? I think there'd be outcries that the game was being dumbed down, wouldn't it? At least that's my take on it. Stability today on is really good. I think Phoenix, it's worth keeping in mind that the orrery is much like the system map from the early days, which was very, very basic and didn't have any use. You couldn't even click on and select the planets from there. I have a feeling that the orrery map would be the same and Frontier will keep building on it in future updates. Right, so the first thing we're going to do here then, we've just jumped into a system. Yeah, we can do... Oh no, what have we done? Right, we can do a honk here. This doesn't do anything as such, but it would give you the credit reward for this particular system. So you could jump in, do a honk, and then jump out again. But if you want, we can very quickly try and map the system. And there's nothing here to map. Oh dear. Well, that one was quick, wasn't it? We'll try again in a minute. But that's what I wanted to come here to see. Let's see if we can get a bit of a view of that. Nope, hang on. What am I doing? That one. That's what we wanted to come here to see. Lovely nebula here. Unfortunately, you can't get right inside this nebula because there's no stars inside of it, so we can't actually travel there. We're going to fly a little bit closer though, because the colours should pick up a bit. So one thing, as I was talking earlier, is that the colours are much brighter outside the ship than inside your ship. Look at the brightness of that nebula. Jump back into the ship, you can see the colours are that bit duller. And there's two reasons for that. Partly is due to our proximity to the local star, which causes our canopy glass to dim down, causes some of the light to be filtered out. Haven't looked at that yet, the real Roland, but it does look brighter from what I understand. Starkiller, finding signals by the scanner I think is brilliant. It depends if you mean a planetary signals or unidentified signal sources. Unidentified signal sources you can actually locate with the nav beacon. But for finding planets, I think it's brilliant. It may well be two plagues. Star Trek reference. Yes, that's the one thing about it. The controls are extremely clunky. So that nebula's not really brightening up, despite getting a little bit farther away from the local star here. But never mind. Right, let's do a little short jump here to the next system, and we'll have a look what we can find over there. Maybe we can find a system we can scan. Yes, Starkiller, all unidentified signal sources you can pick up just by going to a nav beacon. Do a scan of it, takes a few seconds, and then absolutely every USS, in fact all the planets, all the stations, everything within that system will instantly be revealed to you. You won't even need to use the Discovery scanner. The only thing it doesn't show you is points of interest on planetary surfaces, but everything else it will show you just in a matter of seconds. There's just, of course, you need to be in a system where there's a nav beacon for that. Yeah, I'm always inverting the controls as well. Right, let's see what we've got here this time. Maybe we've got a few more planets around here. Nope, 100% already discovered. We're not having much luck here, are we? We're finding empty systems. Don't think anything happens, Alan, unfortunately. Yeah, Starkiller, the FSD booster is absolutely amazing. It took me, what, half hour to get out here to Barnard's Loop. Before, this would have been a pretty massive journey to take, but literally 30-40 minutes and I was here. Yep, John, what we're seeing today will be here by the end of the year. I don't know exactly what day it'll be coming. I'd imagine some point in December. Right, let's... Nope, another system that's 100% discovered. Oh dear. Let's go a bit further down. So there's a whole load of systems out this way that are very densely packed together. It's a very, very popular area of space. Did I say popular? I mean densely packed. Lots and lots of stars here. A bit difficult to get here though. For those of you that are not aware, Barnard's Loop is that horseshoe shaped red nebula that you get to see when you're in the inhabited bubble. It's surrounded by a lot of permit lock systems, so it's a little bit difficult to get to. Right, we can see over there, there's now a star 40,000 light seconds away. And I'm gonna, if there's some planets here around it, we'll find something out. Nope, there's not, so we can't do what I was hoping to do there. Excuse me with the controls here though, because these aren't my regular bindings. So I'm kind of working some of it out on the fly here. Okay, accidentally got the right word. I don't think so, Roland. I don't think that's implemented just yet. Oh, thank you, Omni. I don't always stream on Twitch. I'm trying to do it a bit more often nowadays. That's it, Tuplex. I was about to say go there through Rigel. You reminded me. So if you want to come to Barnard's Loop and you can't get here because you see the permit locks, plot a course to the star called Rigel first, and from there go to Easy Orionis, and you'll get yourself straight into Barnard's Loop. Right, so 26% discovered here. Hopefully some of these planets are actually quite a distance away. So we've got the orbital plane here, and we're about to just scan across the orbital plane just to get a bit of an idea of where some of these other bodies may be. It looks like there's something over there. Right, so that star is now 132,000 light seconds away, and I've just done a detailed scan of it. So before we would have had to fly all the way over to that, wouldn't we, to do a detailed surface scan. There is a bug, unfortunately, where you can't zoom into things that are too close together. Or maybe I haven't just got it accurate enough. No, there's a bit of a bug there. But yeah, I've just done a detailed surface scan of that star without actually having to fly all that distance, which is quite a good thing, because it means you don't have to fly around like crazy like we used to have to do. This one's 130,000 light seconds away. I've just done a detailed surface scan of that. Okay, another detailed surface scan done. Another detailed surface scan done any second now. Right there. And we don't have to hang around for it. So anyone who says that this is a slow system doesn't know how to use it. So I've just scanned, what, 5 or 6 planets there, done a detailed surface scan on them. But I can totally understand people not liking it. Everyone's got their own opinion on things. You know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. There's nothing wrong with that. But to say it's slower, that's just plain wrong. But of course it is slower to populate the system map. Whereas before, one honk would have got us a system map. We now got to go through all of this before we can actually get the system map populated. So if that was your only goal in life, to get the system map populated, then yes, this is definitely going to be slower for you. So remember before, like I say, these are 130,000 light seconds away. We would have had to fly over to each of these planets, point your ship at it, and just wait for your ship to do its scan. No interaction there, and it's one of the reasons I didn't do this sort of thing, because personally I felt it was no gameplay. Nope, Osmodin, this is a detailed surface scan. If we look there, look on the right, I've got all the resources and all the details of that particular planet. All of this information we used to get from a detailed surface scan. We don't need to go over to the planet to do a detailed surface scan anymore. So that's the difference. Now if we go over to the planet and use the probes, that's an entirely new feature which does some surface mapping. But that's purely to find points of interest and to get the mapped by tag and the credits for that. But if you just want If you just want to do a detailed surface scan, then all you need to do is exactly what I'm doing right now. You can see all the detailed surface scan details right there on the screen. Don't know anything about squadrons, Veritas. Sorry if I've missed a little bit of chat there. I've just been concentrating on scanning here for a few moments. Hello there, Outback Gamer. Haven't come across any lightning yet. I don't think it's in there. Just scrolling back here on chat in a few seconds. Sorry if I've missed anything. Yeah, in the far off future, Dovahkiin, I do think there will be the ability to walk around, but who knows when. Hello there, Mad Dog. Great to see you here. How are you doing, by the way? So if you wanted to shoot probes at it, you'd actually have to fly near it. Yes, that's the time where you do have to actually fly there, Mad Dog, if you want to fly there to shoot probes at it. But the thing is, that this gives you all the information you need to make that decision. Whereas before, you'd need to fly over to a planet to check to see if there was anything worthwhile there. Maybe you think there'd be, like here, there's water geysers on this planet. It's not an unlandable planet, but there's water geysers there. So assuming this was a planet we could land on, we'd actually have to have flown over to the planet to find that information out before. But we don't actually have to do that any longer. And so you can make the decision whether or not you want to scan any more. I mean, there's pretty rubbish planets here. In terms, see, those there are just asteroids. Those things on the things on the analysis scanner that I'm waving the little white line over, those are just asteroids. Well, you know straight away we can ignore those. Nope, you can't put more than one SRV down. Protocol, unfortunately. We'll have a look at the galaxy map in just a second. Mick, the detailed surface scan is now a probe launcher. You don't need that. See, people are getting a little bit muddled up with the two different things here. The probe is not the detailed surface scan. What I'm doing now is the detailed surface scan. What I'm doing now is the old detailed surface scan. Scanning the surface of planets with probes is something that's entirely new. So as Orko says, that's for discovering points of interest. It's not something that you need to do. If you didn't do it before, you don't need to do it now. Let's have a look. I don't really want to fly to one of those planets. They're quite a long way away. We'll have a look at the new probing mechanic in just a minute. Let's fly to one of these other systems. Hopefully it's got something a little bit closer. But like I say, you can do all those detailed surface mapping without messing around. I think this is very straightforward, Glenn. I think the old method wasn't even gameplay. I mean, you pressed one button and looked at the map and decided whether to stay or go. It wasn't gameplay. So for me this is much, much better. Yes, the detailed surface scanner and the regular scanner have been combined, but there's a new scanner now which launches probes at the planetary surface, which you need. So you still need two scanners if you want to do full-on exploration. Another empty system. We're going to keep travelling here. Let's see what we can see. I haven't tested Road to Riches myself, Brandon, but I've heard from people who have, and they say it does hold up. There's no performance hit that I can tell, KP Kid. Yeah, raw storage. You see a planet that's now 2 million light seconds away, you don't have to fly over to it just to get the tag for it. Which is nice. Right, just looking for another planet here. That's another system here that's actually got some planets in it. Yeah, I'd love to see terraforming and planetary colonization going on. Killed if we can find planets. It'd be nice for them to turn into terraformed planets at some point. Yep, Lucas, we'll definitely check out some planetary belts. Well, Red Craig, if Yamik says it makes Road to Riches faster, then I'd say it makes Road to Riches faster. I have seen that Galactic Overlord. Oh wow, this is a right nuisance, isn't it? We're in an area of space where there's just no, or very little in the way of planets. Perhaps I should have stayed in that one we were in a minute ago. Keep going for now. I'm sure we'll find something. Who knows, Swats? We're talking about 1300 years in the future, so I don't know if terraforming would take decades or not. After all, you think back from, well, we're in the year 2018. Go back 1300 years, that's the year 700. We could barely cross the English Channel then, let alone anything else. If you imagine what the people from the year 700 would think if they were plonked right in the middle of London now, there's not one thing that would be recognisable to them. The ground wouldn't be recognisable because it's all tarmacked. The buildings wouldn't be recognisable. You know, to try and throw yourself 1300 years forward into the future and try and imagine what is and isn't possible, I think that's very, very, very difficult. Right, I've come back to a system I was already in, haven't I? Right, let's go and head to this one and we'll do some mapping of it, some surface mapping. Now, this isn't a landable planet, but nonetheless we can do surface mapping on it. Well, yeah, Arjun, and you think, well, those metal things in the streets and in the skies, but what was the largest thing that would have been made out of metal back then? Most things were made out of brick and wood. Relatively small things would have been made out of metal. The Stinky Thames, yeah, they'd probably recognise that. Yep, we're going to head to some Rings 2plex. Right, so we've got a planet here. It's a non-landable planet, but I'm still going to fire some probes at it regardless. We need to slow down a little bit though, just so you can get a look at this. So these scanning needs to be done from in Super Cruise, and we can aim right over there, fire into space if we want. A bit pointless to do that, but the gravity of this planet will actually pull it back if we shoot close enough. So we've got a front view of the planet. When those probes get impact on the planet, they'll create little spheres over the top of the planet, or little circles. Well, thank you, DJ. You're very welcome, and I'm glad you appreciate it. Right, so this isn't detailed surface scanning. This is something completely different. This is mapping the surface of the planet. This is something that wasn't in the game previously. So this is not what the detailed surface scanner used to do. This is something totally different. Right. Now when we hit 90%, that's considered a fully scanned, and it will complete up to 100 at that point. And when this does complete, we'll get a first mapped by tag. Are we going to make it? No. So I've completely mapped this side of the planet. If we want to look at the rear side of the planet, we can just hold the button down there and we can see around the back it's still actually dark. So I'm going to fire them off a little bit further away. We can also fly around that side of the planet if we want and just shoot them straight down. And there you can see that mapping the other side of the planet. We're nearly there. Excuse my throat. So we got a surface scan there, which means it's mapped. It's the default buttons. If you're using the default controller buttons, it's hold down the left shoulder button, Skytech. I don't know how much the credits are yet, Brandon. We'll find out in a little while if we've got enough time in this stream to go back to a station. Don't know, Professor Snob. We'll find out when I get to a station. Hopefully it's worthwhile. Actually, now that is interesting, isn't it? Let's just head back there because I'm going to tell you why that's interesting. Yeah, that's a it's a landable planet. Okay, fine. I was sitting there staring at it. I thought I would have sworn this was a non-landable planet. So if we look at the planet here, what we've done when we've mapped the surface is we've discovered all of these surface features, and we can select any of them. They'll appear on the surface of the planet and we can fly straight to them. Yeah, Agent, crafting these probes would be absolutely abysmal, so I'm really glad Frontier have gone with the infinite probes. Well, Dirty Beggar, it does get a little bit difficult sometimes. Hey there, Sir Pickle. I'm fine, thanks. How are you doing? You might be right, Galactic Overlord. It looks that way, doesn't it? Well, Ken, I found them pretty easy to learn, but other people, and some very smart people I know, are finding them difficult to learn, so I really don't know what to say to that. Note Forsaken, if you're out in space, you'll automatically get these modules, and they'll be converted over to the new ones. You don't have to worry about that at all. You can just stay in deep space. So one thing I really like here is how I've still got an analysis mode on. You can see the graphical overlay on the planet, and as I come down and descend through the through that overlay, it slowly fades out and disappears. I think that's a really nice, neat little feature. And here we're on the dark side of the planet as well. I wasn't going to go down to the surface, but seeing as it's the dark side, we'll have a look. You can see about the we can have a look at the night vision. Haven't seen anything yet, Andrew, yet with a broken canopy, but apparently things look a lot brighter without the canopy. Yep, the keybinds is the biggest hurdle, definitely agree there. It's lovely, yeah. Emo Duck, it's brilliant seeing these dark areas. Something a lot of people have wanted for a very long time. The surface signals probably are geysers, Pickle. They could be fumaroles though. But it's also possible to find organic structures as well as Thargoid and guardian structures in this way. I think you might do at Matrix. Right, let's put on that night vision before we crash into the surface. And we're going to come out of glide mode a little bit away from the surface feature over there. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get a little bit closer, but there we go. Yep, surface signals are still in the left panel. Oh no, we have come out quite close. Good. The keybinds are really easy on a control pad, and it seems to have been designed for control pads. I don't think the people on console, PlayStation 4 or Xbox are going to have any problem with this at all. They're going to jump straight in and probably find out they can use it very easily. Also, Pickle, I envy you. I struggled like crazy trying to find the geysers and any other surface feature on the old way of doing it. Right, so we can see the geysers here on the surface of the planet, even though it's pitch black. One of these keys I think is bound to night vision, unless it's not. I don't think I've bound one myself yet. Had to reset all the bindings slightly before this stream. Oh, didn't mean to boost. Evil Flanker, I believe the night vision does indeed work on the night side of ring systems. The new lighting system, Frederick, is very, very good. Wow. Trying to read chat too much while I'm flying around here. Lucky I didn't explode there. Alright. 1.2 Gs, that's what you get for not paying too much attention. Yep, Skytex, totally agree with that. It's a very, very good change for the game. Yeah, don't text and drive, that's what happens. So I'm going to get out in the SRV so you can see night vision in the SRV as well. No! Get that shield back up. We'll end up exploding and end up all the way back home. That's a bit better. From what I know, Skytex, I think the all the Discovery stuff is going to be backdated. It probably would have been quite funny, DJ Camp, yeah. Handbrake is on. That's what I like about it, Killer, that we can now find everything that before would have been much harder to find. You can leave a system now knowing that everything in that system has been discovered by you. Rather than leaving and wondering if stuff was left behind. Oh, let's just get the ship lights off. Or the vehicle lights off. I don't know these. There you go. I love that view. I love that schematic type outline of the ship. What do you think? Yep, Sir Pickle, this is Open Beta 3.3. Okay, use a turret. Okay. Oh, too close. Let's get away from the ship. Use a turret. Absolutely love that view of the ship. Kind of reminds me of the old original, in a way, wireframe ships again. We're back to wireframe ships. So night vision doesn't work in the turret. Now you know. Yep, this is night vision in the SRV Killer's Ear. I've never tried night vision in a station. I'll give it a go. What, can I shoot my ship? Yeah, I can shoot my ship, Linus. Yep, night vision. Oh no, night vision's not on here. Now we've got double night vision, so that's obviously a bug, yeah. But I think this is going to make raiding on bases on the dark side of planets a lot more interesting. Okay. Yes, so night vision does work in the turret as long as you've got the night vision on. Yeah, the process for exploration is definitely going to go totally change, Alan. I think that's one of the areas where the resistance is coming from. A big change for people. You want to see the ship get dismissed? Okay. Night vision won't work, Zelleran, when the canopy is breached. Or at least it shouldn't. If it does, it's a bug. Thank you, Kip Kid. Okay, so night vision would go up with the ship if I'd had it disabled on my SRV, I guess. Yeah, it's slightly darker, isn't it, the night vision when you're in the SRV? Without the ship being down here. I'm sure I heard on the stream, Skytext, that Frontis said that all the shared discovery data is going to be backdated for all the other discoveries. I may have misheard, but that's my understanding. Trey, what do you mean? Change the description to add the proceeds from the probes? Or take screenshots and post it to the Discord or something? Oh, okay. Yep, I see. I understand. Yes, I can certainly do that. Let's get that ship back then. Oh yeah, I see the night vision coming back down again. I'm really liking the exploration, Lucas. Yep, got it, Trey. I'll do that. No problem at all. No one knows at the moment, Jack, but we're... Oh, look, what's going on there? I thought it was going to land on the hill. But we're assuming it might be around December time. Now I could kind of play the game in the in a wireframe mode like this. That'd be pretty neat. That's right. Skytex. Everything, I believe everything that's been... Thank you, Trey. Totally appreciate it. Thank you. I'll catch you next time then, Trey. Okay, I've got a video being released tonight as well, around about 9 o'clock, so you might want to watch that. Yeah, Gazer, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Everyone knows, I would hope by now, that I'm always honest with my opinions on Elite Dangerous. I've been giving Frontier quite a rough ride over the previous months. I think this is a good update, at least for what we've seen so far. I think it's a very, very good update. If I didn't think it was a good update, I'd say as much. I'd say, look, this is crap. Or words to those effects. You know, I've said it again, engineers. I really don't like engineers. I've said that to Frontier themselves. I'll say that to anyone. There's a whole bunch of things. So, Mark, the short of it is, if you don't like listening to me, you don't have to watch. Very simple. Right, shall we see what else we've got around here? Anyone else got any suggestions? Do you want me to carry on? Oh no, someone wanted a ring system, didn't they? Let's get up in space and we'll see if we can find a ring system then. Let's have a look on the system map. Right, no gas giants here. Yep, we've... So the number down here, it says 0% of the system bodies mapped. We know that's not true because we've just mapped this planet. But I've read somewhere that that's a bug. Yep, 2 plagues. Let's go see if we can find some rings. No worries. Trey, catch you soon, okay? I haven't seen any of the NPC members, Charlie, no, but I have seen a Crate Phantom, and I've also seen a Crate Mark II. Keep an eye out in my in the video that's coming out at 9. I might be showing that in there. I can't remember if I put the clip in for that ship. If I didn't put it in for there, I'll put it in the next video. Osmo Din, you do need to sell a data, but maybe that's why it's not showing up there. I'm not quite sure. Oh well, thank you very much, Chet Fenwick. Thank you, and I'm glad you like the streams. Thank you very much. Dustin, we don't know when it's going to go live. People are guessing around about December time, maybe. Quite possible, Uni. It may be that it says I'm mapped until we hand it in, but then that would be a very helpful stat, would it? I don't know. Yeah, Marty, I think there's going to be a lot of bugs here. I'm not sensitive to critique, Mark. I'm sensitive to people gumming up chat with nonsense. Consider that a warning, okay? Not because I'm worried about what you're saying, but because you're just gumming up chat now, so any more and you'll be off, okay? I'm gonna have to jump a few more systems to try and find that gas giant, I think. Yep, as Nate says, if you want to critique, come over to Discord and critique all you like there. Also, when the video's over, leave a comment. Say what you like. Fine, but just no gumming up chat with nonsense, okay? Okay, bye-bye, Mark. He'd probably head over that way now anyway. Thank you, Tommy. I have showed the new scanning system, but we'll be having a look at it again in a minute anyway, Eto, so we can try and find a gas giant. Oh, they're subsonic. So far, Starship, really liking the new exploration mechanic here. Yeah, Alden is the first guy I've ever had to outright ban on chat, but there you go. Oh yeah, Osmodin, you asked that early on, didn't you? Let's have a look at it now, seeing as we let's scroll right out. So this is the galaxy map. Thank you, Brady. Very much appreciate that. Discord should be linked in. Sorry, just dealing with a message here. Right, so we've got 42 regions on the galaxy here. I'm missing some chat here. Yeah, the shared data Starship I think is a pretty big movement. No idea, Terran Core. I just know that I've seen a Crate Phantom and a Crate Mark II NPC ships. Thank you, Cardassian. Thank you very much. Glad you like them. And thank you, Alden. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, gone. I don't know yet, Veritas, whether I'll start a squadron or not. Solrak, I don't know. I've only know from the NPC ships that we've seen. I mean, just 2 seconds here. I'm just sorting something out on the other screen. Right, there we go. I haven't tested multi-crew exploration yet, Brandon. What's my thoughts on the Raxler logo? I don't know. I'd like to think that perhaps Frontier are going to add something in for Raxler at some point. So there we go, Evil Flanker. He's seen the Crate Mark II as well. Right, so we got the galaxy divided up into regions as per, you can also see this on the codex. Originally these were numbered by regions, 42 different regions, but you can see now they've got names. The inner Orion Spur, you can see at the top there, Hawkins Gap, Sanguinius Rim, Kelper's Crest, and the Formidine Rift over here. So these are all names given to the regions of the galaxy by the exploration community. They kind of made the suggestion to Frontier, why not use the names that have already been established by the community, and Frontier thought that was a good idea, and so that's what we've now got. Right, so we're going to keep jumping on then. I want to try and find one of these gas giants. Yeah, Alden, definitely. 42. Right, I'm going to jump a little bit further away here because the region I'm stuck in doesn't seem to have too much in the way of what we're looking for. Let's head over to... Well, we're going to have to go down to Easy Orionis again. How do you spell Orion? Orion... What's wrong with me? Orionis. Do you ever get that where you suddenly can't spell a word that you know? There you go, Jerry. Who knows? 42 is the answer to everything. Yep, Squadron 42, that's why. Nope, Eric, I haven't seen the Squadron 42 has got down so on my mind because of the chat above. I haven't seen the Cosmic Storms yet. I don't think they're in just yet. Do we know which sector is the 42nd sector? Might be a hint of something. Quite possibly, Mad Dog. I think if you look from the first map they released on the first live stream, they might still be numbered. So you might be able to figure that out from there. Right, we're heading over this way then, and we're going to head out of Barnard's Loop now. And hopefully back to a station where we can sell some of this data. I haven't done too much exploration out here, but I've done enough that might give us an indication of what's going to be the value of some of these map surfaces. Possible, Alden. Quite possible. Yep, 2-2. I think the core was region 1. I think that's the centre of the galaxy, and I think the bubble was region 18. That would be pretty neat. Duplex if region 42 was a former Dying Rift. Oh, thank you very much, Brady. Very generous, appreciate that. Appreciate the thought. Right, let's see what we got here. We're looking for a gas giant. There, Matrix, you're 1 year younger than me then. Right, no gas giants here, just some icy bodies. I'll have a quick look at them. I really like that sound. Yep, happy Halloween to you too, Centre Strain. I haven't done any of the new mining yet, DJ, because it's not in the game yet. Yep, we're going to have a look at planetary rings, if we can find one. I'm out here near Barnard's Loop, and I haven't got most of this stuff mapped, so... Well, we know for sure there's no planetary rings in here, because they'd be showing up on the scanner otherwise, but we might as well do a little bit more scanning while we're here. Okay, so that's that done, but we're going to keep jumping because we're looking for a gas giant. Nope, Osmondin, you don't have to wait for the scan to complete. It will just complete as soon as you zoom in on it. You can then zoom out and totally fine. I don't know how well it works in VR, Brady. I think if you're not sure, head on over to Twitch and see when Manic VR does his stream next. I'm pretty sure he's happy with it from what I've seen so far though. Hey there, Specky. Great to see you again. The permit locks aren't lifted? No. Phil, you need to head to Rigel first and then EZ Orionis. Why the gas giant, Ito? Because we want to have a look at the new lighting in the ring systems. But we're going to need to find one nearby to her. Nearby to a star. Right, we've got some gas giants here, so hopefully these are going to be what we want. Okay, it's close enough. It's a bit messed up because it's, well, I don't know, probably bugged. Let's see if we can find one more of those gas giants. There we go. Okay, that looks like a good candidate. That's 2,000 light seconds away. It's a class 3 gas giant. And listen to that sound. I'm going to turn that up for you very quickly. I want you to hear that sound if you haven't heard it already. So that's what gas giants sound like. Having a bit of trouble keeping up with chat here now. It's moving fairly fast. So if I'm missing any comments, then I apologise for that. So those sounds that we're hearing, these are taken from, I believe, the Arctic, or is it the Antarctic research team, who study the sounds of planets, electromagnetic signals from planets, which can be translated into audio, and that's exactly what they sound like. Thank you very much, Rashad. I very much appreciate that, and happy Halloween to you as well. Yeah, the planets sing. Antarctic research team, or is it the Arctic research team? I can't remember which. I never remember Vinez. It's the guys who study space, and they're positioned there because it's one of the most optimal places on the planet to see the night sky and study the signals that come from up there. Yeah, there's plenty of them out there, Terran. So as Terran points out, some of the audio from the planets you can actually find on YouTube. Right. One thing I'm going to do here before we jump into the ring system is do a quick scan of it. I'm going to show you what happens here. Thank you, Osmondin. The orbit lines are there. I've just switched them off. So we've just done a scan of the rings, and this will allow us to find these rich resources that are there. There's a hotspot which we can fly straight towards, and that will be working when we want mining, or when we do mining, which is not there at the moment. I will head into the dark side as well, Foxy. That's a good idea. Didn't know you couldn't hear the stars, Tuplex. Yeah, I think there's plenty of new stuff that's coming, Mad Dog, in here that's gonna cause people perhaps to change their playstyles or create new playstyles. Yeah, Beggar, this is going to be pretty nice. Looking forward to the mining and getting the hands on with it. Riga, some of the data I don't think has been copied over to the beta servers for exploration for some reason. I don't know why. I'm using the default controllers, Chris, and you can switch over to analysis modes just by pressing the X button on the Xbox controller. The blue button is. Lightning doesn't seem to be in here, Norwegian, at least I haven't seen any. Yep, Jack, we're going to try out night vision in just a bit. I'm going down a bit slow here because I'm paying attention to chat at the same time. Yep, Bitstorm, ring hotspots. Unfortunately, the new mining isn't in yet, so we won't be able to do the new mining stuff, but we can do the new the new ring scanning. I don't think you can set it to look for certain things, Alden, but if they were there, it'd probably tell you. Outputton, I think that's pretty nice too. I've always wanted them. Oh look, we have got night vision on. One of the things I've wanted to see was different parts of the game linked together. So having exploration linked with mining is a pretty good step. And I don't know how well you can see it down there, but there's some God rays. Let's get rid of that night vision. Let's come to a stop here, and I'm gonna just jump into the outside camera. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that on stream, but we've got a nice set of God rays just in front of us. That'd be more prominent if we were closer to the star, I think. That's a pretty nice idea, Robbie. I don't think something like that's in there already, is it? Unless the planets change colour. Yeah, thanks Duplex. I switched the 2-2. I think the God rays should be on all platforms, but I'm not entirely sure now. I do know that Frontier said that the graphics for the ring systems are only when you're on Ultra. We'll test it out in a second. Crepuscular rays. I can't even say it redactive. Everyone calls them God rays, so that's why I call them that. Thank you, Marcus. Catastrophic accidents. Yeah, keep your eyes up, okay? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So let's have a quick look here, okay? And what we do. Yeah, Tutu, what we'd do is we'll turn the Ultra setting off for the graphics. I wonder if that would be under lighting or under fog. Volumetric effects, what do you reckon? Let's have a look if there's a lighting setting. Right, okay, so I'm going to turn volumetric effects right down to low, and we'll see what happens here. I think the quality of that may have changed a little bit and there's less shadows within it. Because I know that these volumetric effects can cast shadows within themselves now. Now, hello there, Bastine. I don't know, MMK, whether the volumetric effects are only with Ultra, but it does look that way. This is on low, so let's turn it up a little bit. There is some volumetric effects there, but I do know that Frontier wanted to push the volumetric graphics right out there. Did I just see? It could be under FX quality, I guess. Unless anyone else has got a suggestion, I can't see anything else what those God rays would be under, but let's concentrate on one at a time. I'm going to just switch them up to medium. Don't look a whole lot of difference to me. Perhaps we need to be actually inside of it a bit more to see the difference. Let's put it back on Ultra. You can live stream while used in VR, but personally I wouldn't do that. I'd have trouble keeping an eye on chat as it is and keep an eye on everything else. I don't know how Malik does it. And a damn good job of it he does as well. Not sure we're seeing any difference in the quality there. The last one changed the ship lighting, okay. I don't think anyone's seen space lighting yet, Marie. Hello there, Shan. Great to see you there. I'm doing good, thanks. 109 Piscium. I'll head out that way. I'll type that in a second. Oh, having a voice bot's quite a good idea, I think. Thank you, Warstein. Thank you very much. I'm using a GTX 980 Ti. Oh, Alden, I was going to sort you out so you could do that with the specs, wasn't I? Yep, Aku, I know a lot of people are not happy with the Discovery scanner, and for the life of me I can't understand why they're finding it difficult to use. I'm finding it quite easy, but what I will say is that the controls are very, very clunky and not all that straightforward. The bindings of them, that is. But personally I'm finding it very, very straightforward to use, so I guess it's one of those things people are either going to love or hate. Yeah, so here you can see that new volumetric and fog and the lighting effects to pretty nice standard. If I can find some rings near a blue star bitstorm, I'll head there. Yep, I think that's what it is, Bitstorm. People are just having trouble adapting to the new form of exploration. It's just different now. How do we... There we go. Nope. I'm trying to attach the camera to the ship. Attach camera is left click. I'm not used to doing it this way. Oh well, I wanted to try and keep control of the ship from the inside, but I'm really liking these fog effects. Favourite superpower, Commander? I kind of like the Empire. You want me to land on an asteroid? I can try that. John, if you really want. Yeah, Rabsonic, I honestly think that a lot of it comes down to a lot of people on PC using mouse and keyboard or HOTAS, and the FSS just seems to be absolutely lousy for those things. It seems to be designed with a gamepad in mind for people on consoles. It really does seem to have been the focus for it, which isn't the wisest ideas, I guess, when, you know, a lot of people are playing on PC. Right, we won't be able to land on the asteroid, but let's see what happens. We'll probably lose our shields here. That's the best we're going to do. It's pushing me away again already. Yep, Turan, I use PS4 controller sometimes. I'm using an Xbox controller at the moment and really not having a problem with it. Yeah, Andy, I think people with HOTAS on console may face the same problem. Yeah, Salrek, I'd love to see hidden ships and wrecked ships and things like that. Hello there, Ray. Well, it's interesting, isn't it, Carabundum? I think you're not the first person to say to me they've noticed that Frontier are always using control pads in live streams. No, Mr. Brazilian, I don't think anyone's found a lightning storm yet. Oh yeah, that was the other thing we wanted to do. Someone asked if I'd head towards... I'm trying to remember the key to put the weapons away. How do I stow weapons? Oh dear. This is what happens when you set up new bindings just before a live stream. For those of you that weren't here early on, all my bindings went out the window literally 2 minutes before the live stream. So rather than rebinding everything, I went with the standard bindings. So I don't know, I can't remember all the controls. There we go, X and right button. I'm using control pad, I don't know if you would work. What's a control pad? A controller, Phil. That's the controllers you use when playing a PlayStation or a Xbox. I guess I could call it a gamepad, couldn't I? But yep, Ash Poker, I think they made a massive mistake with leaving the bindings the way they did in this update. It's going to cause a massive load of problems when it goes to the live servers. I haven't seen the bug reports yet, no, Ray. Endo, I'm really liking it so far. I'm really liking the new exploration changes. The only thing I'm not so keen on is a clunky control setup. Oh, well, there you go, Phil. That's must be my own terminology for it. Right, we can still see the other hotspot over there, so it's nice to see they actually save. We've dropped out of this instance and down into the ring itself, so that keeps that in mind. It remembers it. Yes, Shan, I completely agree. I think they've completely not really considered alternative input methods. At least it doesn't seem that way. It's all designed for the gamepad and that's it. Using the mouse as a pointer on the FSS would probably make a lot of difference. In we go. Let's see how dark it is here. So it'd be interesting to know if anyone's actually dropped into a resource extraction site on the dark side of a planet like this and then got into combat with using night vision. No, Nick, you can't have someone driving the SRV and multi-crew still. I wish they'd sort that out. No res sites. Oh, okay. They've kept them out, perhaps. Yeah, but still, the new lighting is fantastic. Well, Mad Dog, the way I've tried to do it with, at least for the moment, this probably sounds crazy, is I've got my HOTA set up like normal, but for the FSS I'm using a gamepad still. I just copied over the normal default gamepad bindings. I'd like to try and bind it to my HOTA though, but I just found the gamepad to be very intuitive for it. Well, I say that, but it's kind of clunky in an intuitive type kind of way. Once you've got the grasp of it, it becomes quite like second nature. But setting up another input method for the FSS is a nightmare, and it's the reason I'm using the control pad still. Thank you, Commander. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Agent, I do believe that Frontier have said on a live stream early on, or if they didn't say it on a live stream, they said it in the forum focused feedback, that no, an exploded an asteroid can't be used tactically. Yep, you want to turn night vision off? There we go. So this also looks quite different to how it used to, doesn't it? Yeah, super dark, isn't it? What's interesting as well is, I don't know if you can see it on stream, but you can see some of the galactic dust just hanging there up there in the background. Can't normally see it because the ambient light kind of hides it away. I haven't seen that for a long time. I saw that when I come out here in Gamma in 2014, and then they tweaked the light in a little bit and you couldn't see the galactic dust hanging there like that anymore. I don't know how well that's coming across on stream. Yes, Shan calls the FSS scanner, he calls it the FFS scanner, and he's telling me that's going to be the Lave Radio thing now. So, yeah, the FFS scanner. Not a bad name for it, is it? Yeah, FSS stands for Full Spectrum System. You're quite right, Chris. Shan's version, the FFS scanner, stands for something else. Yeah, it's quite good, yeah. Right, so where was we heading towards? Oh, that's it, was heading towards Easy Arrhenius and onwards to the next star system. I don't know, Carabundum. I've been wondering that myself, something I need to test. If you need to have the throttle down when in multi-crew when using the Discovery scanner, that'd be a bit silly really, wouldn't it? I hope so too, Ash Poker. Yeah, the galaxy needs a good dusting too, Pikes. Hello there, Seraphim. Yep, I'm good here. We're just travelling around Barnard's Loop, heading towards Easy Arrhenius. Checking out the latest update for Elite. Got some nice effects here, isn't there, with the lighting? There's the Running Man Nebula, I think. Yeah, I think that's a lot of the problem, Shan. We've got a totally new, overhauled exploration system, which people need to get to grips with. But then Frontier have stuck a clunky control system over the top of it, and I think that's given people a bad impression of the exploration system. Okay, thanks then, Mad Dog. I'll catch you soon, okay? It was great seeing you here. Right, I can't remember what's here in this system. Let's have a quick look. "268 possible key combinations or key bindings for Elite." Wow, Shan, that's insane. Not even enough keys on a keyboard. We need to change to the Discovery Scanner, I think, don't we? Nope. So Easy Uranus is the only star here. It's on its own. Then we're going to head back to Rigel now. And just in case anyone's wondering, Easy Uranus is one huge star. We're a good few thousand light seconds away from it right here. Although you'd probably never think that to see it there. You know, I will show something else here I noticed. Hey there, Thorn Z. How you doing? So look at the sun here, look at the star when we're inside the ship versus outside the ship. I don't know if you can see that on stream, but it's actually quite a lot brighter when you're on the external camera compared to inside it. Dulls down a little bit. So some people were asking earlier what the stars look like when the canopy breaches. That's what the stars look like when the canopy breaches. Stream Deck would probably be a nice idea actually for Elite Dangerous at this point. I think the sun texture still does jump, Mike, from what I'm seeing earlier. Well, that is true, Ash Poker. You can use the same key for different systems. If you go into alternate flight mode, for example, you can use the same settings all again, but for different things. So not a bad point. Hello there, Gamolio. I do use a VR MacMan, but I haven't tried it with 3.3 yet. Okay. So we're heading out to Rigel now to get back to that civilization. And we got to go this route because the whole region is permit locked. It's pretty much the only way of getting out to Barnard's Loop. Yeah, Firebird, the game needs curves for axis. I do use the Tobii Eye Tracker, Groover Boy. I've been using it for a very long time. I haven't got it on today because I don't use it when streaming, but I use it a heck of a lot. A very good bit of equipment. In fact, I'll be doing a video on it in the next few weeks. And you can see that new coloration of the light in here, making everything look a bit red in the cockpit. Hello, what have we got here then? Incoming gingery nonsense. Who's raiding? No, sorry, Nightbot is deleting a load of the emotes. And left pretty much the default settings on for Nightbot. So unfortunately, a bunch of you are getting your messages deleted and silenced, I guess. Hello there, Colo. Nice to see you here. Thank you for the raid. That's crazy. It's crazy. Nightbot might ban you. Let me disable that part of Nightbot. There we go. I only set Nightbot up a little while ago and I left a lot of it on default. So sorry for any of you that have just got in trouble. Let's see if that's saved, is it? Do I have to save that setting? For those of you on YouTube wondering what's going on, I'm just getting raided. Yep, hello Colo and friends. So how are you doing, Colo? What have you been up to? Oh dear, Steve, Twitch chat has just jumped so far I can't see what's going on. Oh, thank you. 864p, somebody, you've never heard of that. It's like the ultra widescreen version of 720p. Yeah, bad Nightbot indeed. Show us a scan, please. Okay. I'm trying to get an eye on chat here in case I've missed anything. The spamming army. It looks like some of the messages are still being deleted, so Nightbot's been a bit naughty. Thank you, Kraylog. Oh no, people have got timed out for a few minutes there. 10 minutes. It's an extensive timeout. Well, that'll teach me to set up Nightbot correctly. Everyone's got banned. Hello there, McCurtains. Glad to see you didn't get banned, Milston. Did Colo get banned? Yeah, Andy, we'll have a look at the Olo in a minute. Yeah, the mixed chat has just not put the spam part through. You'd have to see that over on Twitch. Indeed, Nightbot spoiled the party. I'm very sorry, MK. You think I should stream more on Twitch, eh? Obsidian Ant is Thanos, confirmed. Yes, half of chat has just disappeared. Hey Dig, what happened is I got raided, I think, by Colo and her viewers there. They all started emoting, and because I hadn't configured Nightbot correctly, it banned a bunch of people. I don't think it's permanently banned them, it's just silenced them for 10 minutes or so. I'm streaming on Mixer, Agent. Right, where were we? Paul, what do I like the most about the exploration mechanics? Well, unlike a lot of people, it seems I like the FSS scanner, the FS interface, a whole lot. Thank you, Groover Boy. Thank you very much, and I'm glad you like the videos. My daughter's getting a little bit old for Halloween this year, so she says. I think she's still young enough for it, but there you go. Been out already with my son, though, doing some Halloween collection earlier on. Thank you, Groover. FSS activated, yes. So, yes, I like the FSS scanner. What I would like to be a bit different is the bindings and setups for it. It's absolute nightmare, and I've resorted to just using a gamepad for the moment. I guess I'll get it all set up for HOTAS eventually, but... Well, don't worry, Mr. Monkfish. I'll go through a video on how it works later on. So we've got a couple of planets here. I've got to map a few of these, and then we're going to have a look at the orrery map. Someone asked for that a moment ago. Yep, Jeremy, you could be interdicted while doing this, and you'll be none the wiser until you actually get fully interdicted. I think that's another thing that could probably be added in. Maybe some sort of radar, letting you know what's going on with your surroundings, because you're absolutely blind to your surroundings while this is going on. Super Chat, Dirty Beggar, is a little bit like Twitch donations. I just heard a notification come on there, but I didn't see what it was for. So I apologise if anyone sent anything through and I've just missed it. Ah, looks like we got something from Kraylog. Thank you very much, Kraylog. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh. Getting a little bit difficult to maintain two chats here now. I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping up. I don't mind admitting that. Right, so we're still scanning here. I want to scan all of these, and once we've done that, we'll have a look at the orrery map. X Payne wants to know if the member is real. Well, I've certainly seen some NPC memberships, so it looks real enough to me. I've also seen some NPC crate phantoms. But I don't think that's what you was asking, was it? I think you was asking something else. Something that I probably can't actually answer. Right, and we're up to 81% scanned here, so there might be something there I've missed. There it is. There's a few other things I've missed by the looks of it. Getting old, Mr. Ant. Yes, getting older. I'd like to try and get the full system scan here before we go onto the orrery map, but was there a bunch of things around there that I didn't pick up? There we are. There's the other planets around the other star. So, yeah, I don't find this too bad. You just need to look for the hotspots. That's the trick I've found. Look for the glowing hotspots and then just tune in on them. That's actually looked like quite a nice planet, that one. I'm actually going to go visit that because I think that's going to be quite an interesting planet visually. It's scanning at the moment. I want to see what surface features are there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, with Frontier leaving those ships in. Okay, so Seraphim, the planets look the same as they always have. We didn't get the new planetary updates, graphic updates in them, but what has changed is the lighting on these planets. Ah, now look at this. We've got 6 biological features over here. This is definitely a planet that's going to be worth taking a look at. In fact, I'm going to go head on over there now before we end up getting distracted. But yeah, for terms of graphics on the planet, one of the things that's made them look different, slightly different now, is the lighting. Oh, that's quite a long way away, so we're going to head over there. The lighting's actually made them look visually quite a lot better. Yeah, biological points of interest on the planet Corubundum. I haven't seen any of these yet, so we're going to head over there. Starship, you want to have a look at Sol on the orrery, okay? While we're flying over this way, we'll actually do that. Thank you, beggar. Very kind of you. I didn't quite catch that message that come with it. Let's see if I can get that again. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like the content. It's appreciated. Night night, the Cray. Have a good sleep. The God rays look bad, do they, in VR? Something I really need to take a look at in the next day or two. I literally haven't tried this update in VR yet. Alright, so let's have a look at the system map. Which we're all used to. And orrery. There we go. So Sedna has got a very interesting orbit out here, as has Persephone. Both planets much further out than anything else in our system. Pluto would be in a lot closer. Yeah, Pluto's actually in very close. Oh, this is really nice to see. It'd be actually good if we could use some filters here so we can disable some of the lines or some of the planets, because it does look a little bit crazy, doesn't it? Sounds like VR is still fairly bugged then, Salak. The solar system is a mess. People still look like they're getting banned by Nightbot, so I apologise about that. I'll go through all the ban logs afterwards and I'll unban everyone who's been banned. I didn't see Colo again in chat. I saw her say hello, and I don't know if she had to run or I missed the chat. I'm sorry if you got banned as well. Oh, yeah, so this is something that I'd like to see a bit more work done on the orrery map here, but it's a nice feature to have. But it's a little bit fiddly at the moment. We've still got some information on here though, which is pretty neat. It gives us a bit of an idea of the layout of the planet. So we've flown past. Unbanned Mark? No, I don't think so. Venez. Yeah, Nightbot is well happy. Yeah, I shouldn't have left all the default settings on. I actually silenced Yamix earlier with Nightbot as well. He sent me a message on Discord saying, Nightbot, shut him up. One of the few people that can, eh? Nightbot. Yeah, I do like the orrery there, Vin. I'm going to need a bit more time to spend with that and have a good look at it. Yeah, let's ban Nightbot. That wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? I don't know, Darren, whether keyboard support would be available for the PS4. I don't think we know yet whether it's coming to Xbox on Elite, is it? Was it mandatory for all Xbox games? I can't quite remember now. Yes, Mr. Vale, we should, once we get over there, we'll be able to see anything very, very specific like crash sites and biological sites and all of that sort of thing. How did you guess, Corabundum? It was exactly the swear filter that caught Yamix. I didn't realise the swear filter was on. So I've changed that now as well. Yeah, pretty good, Mark. Been able to see both chat. There should be Mixer thrown in as well, but I don't know if anyone's actually watching over there. Come on, we're getting there. We're going to do a surface scan of this planet because I saw there's organic structures down on the surface. And now, one thing you may have noticed there, I'm just not going to zip by it because I want you to see how dark that planet is. Oh, we didn't zip past, did we? We crashed again. Misjudged. No, Venexy, the lightning storms are not in yet. Yeah, I was going to overshoot Foxy, but we're going to get kicked out now. We're going to get a deconnection and then have to travel all that 14,000 light seconds again, aren't we? Here comes the disconnect. Yeah, I hit the exclusion zone, pal. Oh no! I believe the orbital stations are towards the low end of the spectrum scan, Yamacha. Some will automatically be there, some we'll have to scan, but they're towards the low end. Well, look, even the game didn't like being didn't like me crashing into the planet. I crashed into the planet so hard that I got disconnected. Exactly, Ash Poker. I hit the planet too hard. Zoro Mega, I think the Mamba and the Crate Phantom are still in NPC form, which leads me to think that Frontier wanted them to be in. Right. Now, does anyone know what planet it was? We found a really, really nice planet there. Did anyone remember the name of the planet, or would anyone mind doing me a favour and rewinding the live stream back a few minutes, just so we can get the planet number that I was heading towards? That's what we want to find out, Mr. Monkfish, whether that organic meant barnacles. I can have a look at the system map, but I don't remember which one it was there. Was it that one? The one that's missing. I hit it so hard that it's missing from the system map. No, it wasn't that one. I think it was that one. AB2? Yeah. I think it was that one. B2. No, we're close enough anyway. We'll find out when we get there. Yeah, I think so, Corabundum. I think that was the one. Yep, 23 geological sites and 6 organic ones. We want to see what the organic ones are. Ah, Elventree says B5. 199B2. B2. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. So, looks like this is the one. I'm going to go a bit slower this time. Yeah, I could have scanned again 2plex, but it would have meant scanning a whole bunch of the planets. Exploding planets. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? If we could crack open a planet with a perhaps a nuclear charge or a massive charge in the centre of the planet. Frankly, I haven't done a surface scan of the planet yet, so that's what we were heading over here to do, so nothing has been lost in that context. I have a feeling that combat chatter's not been enabled for some reason, or that it's there but they've got the volume right the way down and it's not working correctly. I've heard some combat chatter around some of the scenarios, but it's very, very, very quiet, so I think it's not quite working. It's not a bad idea, Alden. I think someone else has suggested that as well a little while ago. And again, you can see the new light in here. The planet's lit up in a very different way than it would have been in open. What do we want? Where's a surface scanner? There we go. Right, we're going to surface scan this planet and see where the points of interest are. We want the organic ones. The log will keep track of this. Toddler didn't think to look at it. There we go, 3 probes and we've scanned. Space tomatoes, brain trees, barnacles. What's it going to be? Anyone got a guess? Let's have a look here then. Right, we've got plenty of geological ones and a few biological ones scattered around. Preferably, I'd like to see them on the light side of the planet. I think that's the dark side, so we'll have a look for another one. Where is it? That's on the dark side as well. I guess we're going to have to go for that dark side biological. Think of me, Bobs. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Thought I'd lost them there. Surface geological, surface geological. We can look at them here. Now I know we can use night vision to see these anyway. Yeah, it looks like they're all around the other side of the planet. Okay. Either that or I'm just being too fussy. Okay, that one will do. We go there then. That is over the other side of the planet. Probably on the dark side, but don't matter. Missed a bit of chat there, I think. Have I seen the new ships? I've only seen the new NPC ships in the game. Philip, if that's what you're asking. That'd be quite neat, wouldn't it? A dog on the planet. Or leathery eggs. Leathery eggs. I'll put a load of them in the cargo hatch and take them back to a station. Which station should we take them to? Who would like a delivery of leathery eggs found on their remote planet? And another reason then, Shen, for me to stick with the ASP for exploration. Okay, that's nice to know, Agent. Thank you. Right, let's see. Are we getting closer here to this organic thing? Am I going to crash into the planet again? Is the other question. Oh no, we got a bit of light here. Got to say, I absolutely love the lighting of these planets. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Hello there, Alga Pixel. So the white carrot type shapes are the on the spectral analysis to point you towards the object you're trying to look for. I'll give you a bit of an example again in a minute when we go back up into space. I've just been using those tools to find what we're heading towards here. That's the impression I got, FDL size flip. Yep, Seth, you'll find the same coordinates as what I've got here. If I find this and it gets reported back, you'll then be able to come out and find the exact same thing. I've overshot it a little bit there because I was paying attention to chat. Yeah, the light in here is stunning, isn't it? Now, what do we got? Now, this would be awesome if these were space pumpkins, wouldn't it? Perfect day for a whole collection of space pumpkins, but I don't think it's gonna be. They're making weird noises though, I know that much. What the heck are these? These are just weird. They don't look like they're organic, do they? Barnacles, little tiny barnacles, not the usual ones either. Mould, yeah, maybe. Bark moulds. Is that what they are? They're not fumaroles, duplex. Yeah, anthills. I found some anthills. We got some anthills. Let's get those ship lights on. Thanks for the suggestion there. Obsidian anthills, yeah. Let's get out and have a closer look in the SRV. They may well be newly discovered happy clownfish. I've never seen them before. And this is the advantage with the new exploration tools. We can find all sorts of things now. I've done the night vision Vin Cross. Let's quickly switch it on again though. There we go, there's night vision. We don't really need it around this side of the planet though, because there's enough light here. Radioactive anthills, maybe. Productions. Oh, they're bark mounds then, in the codex, okay. Right, Phoenix, who is that? Wondering. Cutter cycles, why are they a surface signal? Well, they're not actually giving off a signal. It's that your scanners are showing you a signal. It's a signal on the scanner, if that makes sense. They're not making a signal, no. It's just like if you point a... if you got an infrared camera and pointed that infrared camera at something that's hot, you could say that that is giving off an infrared signal, yeah? Thank you, Stacey. Yeah, perhaps there is eggs inside here. I haven't actually used the short-range composition scanner yet, so that would be the thing. So these can be, if I select the right keys, these can be put into the codex. Now, have I got the composition scanner active? I haven't. So I apologise about me and the key bindings because I'm not used to this setup at all, so I'm going to be all over the place. Let's try and select one of these then. Oh, there's a seed pod over there. We find them in places though, don't we? How do we select one of these? That's not what we want. Right, just point at it and select the scanner, okay. We'll try night vision in a minute, MacMan. Let's... Right, well the scanner's not working. It's telling me the module cannot be used in cockpit mode. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Oh, I see. We got to... There we go. I'm in the wrong mode. New biological and something. New biological and geological codex entries. Bark mound. Just as someone said. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion there. So what happens is that this goes into... Yeah, exactly now. So I've twigged onto that. Thank you for that. We need to go into the codex. And we should see that now as an entry there. Discoveries. Biological and geological. Organic structures. Bark mound. There we go. Reported locations are on Masuka Dark Region, and there's now a confirmed location of the Bark Mound, discovered on YouTube and Twitch at 9:04. So there we go. The codex is both personal and global Aztec. So now I've discovered this within a little while. I think I have to get back and sell this data, but everyone else should be able to see this as a reported location now, and then be able to come out here for themselves and see exactly this. So the discovery that we've all made together on stream, everyone else can come and visit. Yeah, the codex is going to be great. Yeah, thanks MMK. Hello there, Zach. Really enjoying the beta so far. A lot of great things here. Codex is really nice. We've just found some bark mounds. I want to see what else is on this planet. We've got a number of other organic structures here, and I'm really enjoying the new exploration mechanics. Totally changes the game. And great to see you here, by the way. Always a pleasure to see you in stream. I think the only thing that I've really had the problem with is the same problem that a lot of people have having problem with, and that's getting the bindings set up on a lot of the controllers. I've had to resort to using the default controller setup because I just couldn't figure out the bindings for the new Discovery scanner for my HOTAS or for the keyboard, so I just resorted to using the default bindings on the controller, and it works flawlessly on that. But getting it set up on another control system seemed to be a bit of a pain in the backside. I think that's probably where some of the complaints about the new Discovery scanner are coming from. So we're going to head on up, and we're going to try and find those other organic structures. In fact, see if we can target some of them now. Otherwise we'll end up coming back to the same one again. I wonder if it's going to be mounds again, or whether this time it'll be something else. I think it's mining, isn't it, Shen? Ah, both. Okay. Both mining and squadrons are on Frontier's Livestream tomorrow. So for those of you that want to watch that, do keep an eye out for it. I think their live streams at 7 o'clock UTC on their YouTube channel. And I think you'll be more than a little bit impressed with what mining has got to show. Aside from exploration, mining is one of the things I really want to try out. Thank you, Jim Kelly. I have considered that. Maybe something for the future, I guess. Hey, Commander, I can't imagine that Down to Earth won't get his head around the Discovery system. I think he's a smart guy, that one. He'll work it out pretty quick. Whether or not people will like it, I guess it's a different thing, but I know I certainly like it. I don't sound excited for Squadrons. Cutler, no, I don't do group stuff. But I know many other people are excited for Squadrons. Right, I think we're going to need to get up a fair bit higher here. Just wondering whether we're coming around to the dark side of the planet there, or if it's going to be... Is it light? Yeah, we've got some stars around there, so it should be a little bit brighter there. Just wondering if it's going to be the same organic structures. Nope, Score Grim. Frontier said nothing at all about new ships, aside from that there's just going to be ships. That's literally all they've said. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of emergent gameplay, I think, here from the exploration. Just look at here. I've found some biological surface features. There's absolutely no way I would have discovered these with the old mechanics. And we're getting to see the gorgeous lighting in action, aren't we? This planet is beautifully lit. Even though it is a bit dark here. Well, we're a bit too far away still. I want to get a little bit closer there. VenXC is using the external camera mode. I'm using the Xbox pad at the moment, so we hold down red and use right on the D-pad. And then you can use all the instructions there to get your camera around your ship. Right, coming in a little bit steep, but not too steep. Yeah, I think, Chris, that there's going to be a lot of this stuff out here that's been just laying around for years now that no one's ever found. And I'm sure Frontier have added a bunch of new stuff as well, but there's going to just be so many discoveries now. And that's a really great change. Yeah, I'm going to try and not crash again, Tuplex. Tutu, I think 1 month is a good amount of time for a patch this size. It's not a simple patch by any means. It's changing a lot of fundamentals of the game, so it needs a lot of... Red Craig, I don't know how long they've been preparing it. It was a year ago they announced it, wasn't it, at FX, and I think I remember something around about June or July time where Frontier were talking about the next update after Horizons, so that gives you at least 18 months. So we found some more bark mounds again. I don't know if you guys can hear that actually. I'm gonna stick the camera outside the ship and if we can detach it without crashing the ship. What am I doing here? That's it. I want you to be able to hear this. I'm going to get down here with the camera, doing that so I can get away from the ship engines. And then I'm going to turn the game sound up. I want you to hear this. Listen to this. No Bitstorm, they make other weird noises, they don't quite bark. So there we go. What a strange sound that is. Right, I did want to get back to a station on this stream, but it's getting on a little bit. I've been making videos for 12 hours now, between the videos that I've got released earlier and the one that's coming out in a little while, and this live stream. I've been doing 12 hours straight and haven't really had a break, so I think I'm going to leave the stream here. It's actually been a really good stream. I'd like to thank Colo as well for the raid earlier, and I apologise again for everyone getting banned for trying to have a bit of fun. That was my fault for leaving Nightbot on the default settings, but don't worry, I'll go through everything, and everyone who was banned I'll unban. And yeah, thank you for all the donations as well, very much appreciated. What have we got here? I'll just do a quick shout out to everyone because I'm always extremely grateful for this. So thank you Dirty Beggar, thank you Kraylog. Who else was there? We got a couple of more than a couple actually, a few super chats as well. So Infinite Death, Trey Harris, thank you as always a pleasure to see you here. Thank you Chad Fenwick, thank you Brady Shaw, great to see you here again. Cardassian Monk, Alden Appleby, thank you very much. See you in Discord. Thank you Rashad. Thank you Commander GW Morakus. Thank you very much for that. That's really appreciated. Warstein, Commander, and Groover Boy. And always, thank you to everyone for watching and for subscribing. Without all of you, the chat would be nothing, because I'd be sitting there talking to myself, and the channel itself would be nothing. So very much appreciated. I am live streaming on Saturday this week. I think Frontier will be putting a bit of information out about that soon or not, I don't know. No, if you check the Frontier forum website, I'm all over my words today. Right, on the Frontier forums there's a list of streamers. If you don't know who's streaming, do check out that. I was on that today for my stream that I've just done. There's also a bunch of other people who will be on there for their streams either today or upcoming out of the week, so do keep an eye on that for the dates. I will be streaming as well on Friday with Yamix and the other guys. I should be there for the roundtabled creators, and I'll be back next week for some more streams. So keep an eye out for some videos. There's another one about to go live in a quarter of an hour. Thanks again. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye now.